Hello wine lovers, hola amigos, my name is Blake. I'm a sommelier from the United States of America, but now I live in Ecuador. Were you wondering what happened to the Pacific Ocean behind me? That's right, I replaced it with this beautiful sign of Cuenca, Ecuador, the new home for Gringo Wine Guy. Well, now that we are in Cuenca, there are so many more options for food and wine in the city. It's going to be a very exciting adventure. I'm in my new home. This is Gringo Wine Guy. The only thing we need now is to go find some wine. Let's go. Well, as you can see, I picked up a wonderful Chilean wine today. This is G7 Carmenere. I really wanted to do a video on Carmenere because it is so important to South America and especially the country of Chile. Now, Carmenere at one point was a noble grape of Bordeaux until phylloxera came in the 1860s and wiped out all the vineyards, all the rootstocks in France. And when they replanted with American rootstock that was resistant to pests like phylloxera, Carmenere just did not take, and at that point they thought this grape was extinct. Fast forward to the 1970s, in Chile, wineries like Concha y Toro were selling wines that were called Chilean Merlot, and then they came to find out that it was in fact Carmenere. And that's how Carmenere got its new home in Chile, where it really flourishes, and I'm excited to try this G7 Carmenere. I have not had it before. The G7 lineup of wines from Vinha de Pedregal represents the children of Alberto del Pedregal Aldonte, being the 7th generation of the Pedregal family. This brand saw the light in 2010, quickly becoming the bestseller of the vineyard, conquering the main markets in the world. And here we are with G7 Carmenere, 2020 vintage. As you saw in the sheet earlier, this was harvested in April of 2020, so this is about a year and a half later that we're trying G7 Carmenere. Lovely color. This color is reminiscent probably of something closer between Pinot Noir and Gamay than it would Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. That's what it looks like. It is a kind of translucent purple color. Again, light on the edges. I can see all the way through it. Don't know if you can really pick that up on the camera, being able to see all the way through the wine, but it is a pale color, pale purple reddish color. I can already smell the aromas coming out of the glass as I swirl it, open that up, let the aromas come out. Wow, lovely strawberry, raspberry, maybe even blueberry aromatics in this wine. Not a lot of florals. I don't get a lot of oak, but I definitely get a lot of berry characteristics. Wow, this has definitely got the red berry fruit characteristics. It smells wonderful. And I suppose this is typical of Carmenere. As I said, I've never had this G7 before, and I don't know that I've actually had anything from the Loncomia Valley in the past, so this will be a new experience for me. I believe Carmenere is a very versatile wine. This can be enjoyed with a number of different types of food, most notably grilled and roasted meats. Something like braised beef short ribs would be excellent, but just beyond red meat, you can also enjoy other options, such as what I'm having this evening with this wonderful wine, which is bacon wrapped pork filet mignon. That's right, pork filet mignon as it's sold in the grocery store. Going to be enjoyed with my G7 Carmenere this evening, and it's going to be delicious. Now, let's try the wine. So this wine is particularly dry. It's not what I expected. Typically, Carmenere for me is a little bit softer and drinks perhaps like Merlot from Bordeaux. It's quite delicious. I like it, but again, this is something that definitely needs food to really be enjoyed at its fullest. I think if you want to have lighter fare, this would be great with any kind of aged cow's milk cheddar. Something like red spruce cheddar would be a fantastic choice if you can find that at your local store, maybe Whole Foods or a place like that. I don't know that I would want to have any seafood with this unless it was tuna. This might actually be really nice with a grilled piece of ahi tuna with a little bit of soy sauce. We used to prepare it with sesame seeds, soy sauce, white ginger vinegar, and a little wasabi oil. Though I'm not a fan of wasabi oil, this would be great with tuna with a little sesame seeds, white ginger vinegar, and soy sauce. Now, as you saw earlier in the video, I purchased this wine at a store called Superstock, which if you live in Cuenca, you may be familiar with it. It's south of the El Batan neighborhood where I live, and I was really impressed with not only the wine shop that was in the store, but the wine selection. Predominantly Chilean wine, which is fine. I have no problem with that because the price is always great. And this was about $7.50, so a little bit cheaper than the Carmenere I used to purchase, as I mentioned, at Publix in Florida, and very, very enjoyable. But again, drier than most that I've had in the past. And I'm going to chalk that up to being estate produced in Locomia Valley, Chile, which is, as I mentioned, a sub-appellation of Maipo, estate bottled. You can't beat it. $7.50 for a estate bottled Carmenere. Definitely a good choice. I'd also like to mention that if you enjoy wines like perhaps Chianti Classico or Chianti Classico Reserva, Barbaresco or Barolo, those wines which I identify as being particularly dry on the palate, I think you're going to like this wine. The taste of the wine is probably closer to something like Chianti than it would be to Nebbiolo and Barolo or Barbaresco. So if you're looking to experience a new wine, and again, this is drier than most Carmeneres that I've encountered in the past. So if you live in Ecuador, especially if you're in Cuenca, you should be able to find this in a number of places. I may have even seen this at Supermaxi as well, so you won't have to necessarily go to Superstock to find it. This is something you'll definitely enjoy if you're a fan of wines like Chianti or Barolo and Barbaresco. In closing, I would just like to say thank you all for watching. I've spent the last couple weeks moving, again, from Manta, Ecuador on the coast, here in the mountains to Cuenca, Ecuador. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't subscribed already. And this is Gringo Wine Guy. Thanks for watching. Adios.